flawlessly there from there on. So moving on, we'll talk about some high impact voice AI use cases. So the most common and the usual one where people are adopting it every day is the lead qualification. So when a lot of marketing, so there is a lot of fluctuation in terms of how many leads you are getting and how quickly you are able to attend to those leads. So voice AI is able to do justice and qualify leads at any scale. So if you are a growing business and you want, let's say today you are getting 100 leads and tomorrow you want to handle 1000 leads, then voice AI comes to your rescue. Similarly, during the experience layer, which is your customer satisfaction, the support is being handled flawlessly. So all the integrations are possible where voice AI can actually pull over data from the CRM and handle any kind of query in support. And finally, in operations, whether it is payment reminders, order status updates, survey collection, so you name it, and let's say your whatever your use cases, and which is possible through solved through voice AI. So now moving further, we'll be now discussing a use case which I talked about in the start. So this is some made up company. So this is not a real company, but we will take this example throughout our demonstration. So Cool Care AC is a brand out of Texas, and they're a AC service provider company, and they are facing a challenge right now where they are generating a lot of service requests and callback requests through their marketing efforts from their website, but they're not able to qualify these customers in real time, and which is why there is a lot of revenue leakage. So they end up calling these customers, whatever leads are being collected the other day, and these leads have then gone to some other provider. So there's a lot of leakage, and they don't have personnel to actually support these calling efforts, and there is a lot of fluctuations. So their lead volumes have also increased, and the cost to sustain these calling is also significant, which is where they are facing a lot of challenges. And finally, if so, they were looking for a solution which can solve this at scale, and which is where voice AI comes to rescue. So I'll be demonstrating now. I'll be sharing my screen.
You have started screen share.
So we first start with, so interestingly, I've also created a demonstration website. So just to experience, not to just made up a demo for the, it is a real world scenario. So this is a Cool Care AC services website. So they have listed their services, and in the end, they have a callback form. So in the callback, they're collecting the name of the customer, the phone number, and the type of service and the AC brand. And the purpose is whenever there is a request for a callback, the objective now is to how we can generate a call in real time to this customer, whoever is filling. So they feel that the, the Cool Care AC service is actually very cool. They are attending their customers in real time. So now we will be heading over to voicegenie.ai platform. So I've opened voicegenie.ai platform. So just to give you a quick sense of the platform, we have the build section here where you can build your assistant, your knowledge base, your operational hours. So this is where you are managing your, this is your brain. Then we have the deploy section where we have, so we have the deploy section where we have the phone, just a moment. So we have just a second. So we have the deploy section where we have we are able to connect to telephony system through our platform directly. So you don't need to worry about how the calls will land to your different customers. Then we have how you manage your contact list, your campaigns. And finally, how do you monitor these calls? So we have a very advanced analytics setup here where you can actually go through all the calls and look at the performances. Now, so to create an assistant, so let's say for Cool Care AC services, I'll put up the name of the assistant, I'll put up the company name, and then we have to simplify and speed up assistant creation. So through our extensive research, we have developed pre-filled templates. So lead qualification, the most common use cases are directly available on our platform, or you can choose to build from scratch. So I've already created a base assistant for Cool Care AC services. So now we will head over to the most interesting part, which is creating the prompt. So prompt creation is the most important piece of any AI agent, which is the heart of it, like how it will perform. So we have a goal here, a welcome message, and the prompt. So prompt is the entire script or the instruction which your agent will follow. So what we'll do is I've created a base instruction. So I'm talking about, so we will be using ChatGPT. You can use any LLM model, your favorite models to create the voice bot prompt. So we will be creating so we want a professional voice bot script. The bot should be able to greet the customer. Then we want to personalize it for Cool Care AC services. So we already know the service, what the customer wants. We know the brand. So we want to confirm whether this is the same service they are looking for. And after we have a confirmation, we'll be confirming the service request details. And then we will be talking about the service location. We'll also try some interesting thing, like any business would want to do some upsell also during the conversation. So we have put a flavor of that. Like we want to sell a seasonal maintenance package. And finally, we will close the call by confirming your appointment schedule. So I'll just copy this and I have my chat GPT opened here and I'll hit. So now, so LLM models are pretty efficient at generating your core script. So you can, we recommend using high version models. So thinking models, reasoning models to basically have a lot of thought process built around where the LLM itself will do a lot of research behind your use case and will come up with a lot of interesting and creative ideas on how you can engage in a particular conversation. So some interesting ideas here would be putting your language preferences while prompt creation, and then which region you want to do calling. So then we can put some flavor in terms of how the engagement happens. So if it is happening in India versus United States, so you would have different cultural nuances also, which can be picked up by LM and become uh, like that essence can come into your core script. So now we have the introduction here. We have, okay, this is, so all the script is now created. I have already uh, copied a version of it here. So now let's step in and see what all we have on our console now. So we have the goal. So this is the most important piece where you are defining. So your AI agent will always try to maximize this particular goal. So here I have specified that I want to qualify the customers and maximize the number of service bookings. So which is the reflection of my core KPI or the revenue function. Then I have put up a welcome message here. So in the welcome message, you can see the highlighted name, service, and brand. And this is all we are picking and connecting the dots from the lead form, which we saw just few moments back on Cool Care website. So whenever you have to do some personalization, so we have this advanced feature of adding dynamic personalization. So you can add your own variables here, and then that becomes the core pieces, building blocks for your agent. So I've already added name, service, and brand, and you can just use these parameters by just adding at the rate. Let's say I want to add name, which I've already added. So just to show you how it works, I could add the name in this particular welcome message. Now moving on, I have already pasted my voicebot core script here. So once again, there is a personalization. So where the agent actually feels more human. So whenever we are talking that we already know about what you have filled in the details, you already are addressing the customer by name. So that is how that human touch comes into play. And now moving on, we have AI model selection here. So we recommend for most of the use cases, mini model works best. But if you have more complex scenarios where there is a lot of complex reasoning involved, we would suggest using GPT-4 models. And GPT-1 4.1 mini and Flash would work almost same. Then Voice Genie by default can work in multiple languages. So This is where we are breaking. If your business is global, you can actually talk languages through the same agent. So my default language is English, but I can enable multiple languages. So as you can see on my screen, I can enable multiple languages. So usually we allow additionally two more languages. So if a customer, the default conversation start in English, but you have a Spanish customer in front who doesn't know English, then automatically the agent will switch to Spanish if you're selected here. This is where you are selecting your say this is the UX for voice agent, which is the voice over. So we have different voices here. So I've already chosen Lauren. I'll just play it.
So, hey, if you needed a sign today that things can be light and happy and completely okay, then listening to me is the answer.
So you have different voice filters, whether it is which country, which accent you want, genders. So you will be able to select the right voice in couple of minutes. So we have tried to minimize the efforts to give that voiceover, which perfectly matches your brand style. Then finally moving on to the right section where we have a lot of settings here. So first we have conversation settings. So in conversation, one important parameter is how well the customer, when interrupting an AI agent, they are able to adapt. So in certain cases, we have seen when there is a lot of when a brand wants the customer to stick to the conversation and the agent should not be interrupted. So you can switch it off, and we would recommend doing A/B testing with allowing interruption and without interruption and how it works out. And finally, we have settings around. So a lot of times there'll be dead air when the customer is not speaking back. So in that case, we have a setting here. So usually we keep it 6 to 10 seconds. So if there is a 10-second timeout and the customer is not speaking, we re-engage. And this is the re-engagement message which agent will use. Finally, we have this is also very interesting feature. So usually we see a lot of calls would go to voicemails. So we have two major settings in voicemail. So one is either you can hang up the call. So let's say if you reach a customer voicemail, then what would you do? So either you would hang up, and a lot of people would also, let's say, leave a message. So we can leave a message. We're saying that this is the number where you can reach out to back to us. And we had connected, we were trying to connect for this service which you had tried book. Then we have a maximum call duration where which is the ceiling when the call should disconnect. So in a lot of cases you would know what is the usual conversation time, and there'll be exception which you don't want because those are not real conversations happening. So we have a max timeout. Then let's say in cool care AC services, we also want that whenever the customer is qualified, that call should immediately transfer to a representative. So let's say if the 100 call comes and 20 qualified, we have people on roll which can take the call, which are real customers who have actually booked the slot, and we want in that moment itself to connect to a real person. We can transfer. We can send an SMS. So we want the customer to receive some kind of information. We can do that. We have in different cases we would have meeting, book a meeting. So if you are doing a SDR use case where you are looking to actually book a meeting, we have our integration with cal.com. So your AI agent will do all the efforts and your meeting calendar will be full. Uh, then we have knowledge base. So knowledge base is where you would basically there is one part of the knowledge which you have already, which are the instructions you have put in the prompt, but there would be a lot of additional knowledge, right? Which would be, let's say, in this particular case, we have to equip our AI agent with pricing, with let's say warranties, and there could be 100 different FAQs which we would expect this AI agent to know. So then those additional knowledge is actually inserted in the knowledge base because you wouldn't want to like bulk up your prompt because that is your core brain, and all your additional knowledge which an AI agent can pull it up in real time whenever is required, that comes into your knowledge base. And finally, after all the hard work which has been done by the agent, you wouldn't want to listen to all the calls, right? you would want your AI agent to do the last piece also, which is qualifying all the calls and give you the real analytics. So in this case, we have put up, we want to know whether what is the intent to purchase the seasonal package, right? So these are my premium customers who have actually talked about buying a maintenance package, right? Which I can tell my technician, okay, this is the customer, so you can actually you have to sell the maintenance package here. So we have so this is how the analytics is also driven, which is your plain instruction in English, where you have written a question. This is your shorthand, and we have different responses which you can define a possible. So in this case, we have said that we want the qualification to come in three form, whether the intent is high, low, or neutral. There's no intent. So similarly, we have put what is the sentiment of the user, what is the preferred date and time. So all your structured data is coming back to you in a very powerful way, back to you in a collated manner. So you know that you have placed 100 calls yesterday. Out of those 100 calls, 50 got qualified and 20 were actually interested in your maintenance package. So now we have done this is the heart of it, where we have already created an assistant. So Cool Care AC Services Assistant is now ready. Now moving on, let's equip our AI agent with the telephony. So telephony is something, let's say if you're not familiar with, uh, it is where how you would be connecting to your customers in real world. So when I said we will be deploying our AI agent in production, I meant we'll be actually interacting and buying a real number. So we have two major platforms which are providing services all across the world, Plivo and Twilio. So Twilio, we'll be using Twilio today. So I will delete the number. So I need to add a phone number here now. So we have two providers, Twilio, Plivo. We also have SIP trunk. So if you have a SIP provider where you are using direct SIP lines from your carrier, we can also enable you to interact and connect our platform through SIP trunks. So today we'll be using Twilio. So now I'll be switching over to Twilio console. So I already have a account in Twilio. What I'll be doing now is purchase a new number right now. So purchasing a number is straightforward. So so I want to buy a new number here. And the objective is, so you can choose the region from where you want the number. So today we'll be choosing a US region number. Just give me a moment. So I'll skip this part for now. So I'll just explain it verbally, how we actually capture the number. So once you have purchased a number, you need to enter the phone number, and on the home page of your Twilio dashboard, you can pick up your account ID and the auth token. Once you enter create, we will automatically connect with your Twilio account and your number will be activated here. There's one more feature where we enable the inbound calling. So let's say if you are adding this number and the purpose is this will be displayed to your customers as a customer support number. So once you enable inbound, whenever you call this number, all your calls will be connected to the agent which you have connected through the campaign, which we'll be discussing just now. And there is one more feature where you can mask these numbers. So let's say I don't want the customer to see this particular number. And there's already a business number which we have been conveying to our customers all along. So you can mask this number and actually share and verify your number on Twilio, which will be then displayed on Twilio whenever a call is going out. So I have already added a number. So this is the number 9622 ending. And now we'll be going and creating campaigns. So creating a campaign is very straightforward. So once we have, this is your campaign name through which you can identify. Then we have all the agents. So let's say we have already created a Cool AC Services agent. Here you can see the phone number, which we have configured in our platform. And finally, you have a contact list. So we'll be talking about, so there is one set of actions which are already available when you were creating an agent, but you can override that while creating a campaign. So you may be using same agent, but in different places. So let's say I want an inbound campaign where I don't want it to be transferred to human, but whenever I'm doing an outbound campaign, I want it to be transferred to human. So you can choose those settings and override while creating a campaign. And similarly, you can also override post-call analytics. The last piece is re-attempting and re-engaging with customers. So disconnect the call. So we have this feature where you can retry the attempts if the call is not connected, and you can simply switch it on and off. So system will automatically try to reconnect, and this is how you will maximize your connectivity rates. Similarly, you can schedule the campaigns. So if you want your campaigns, so even though let's say a lead is coming to in the midnight, would you want to place a call? No, right? So you can actually create operational hours, which we have in the build section. So let's say I want the calls to go out only from US 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. So you can do all of that. So I've already created a campaign here.
Bubbles not attacker has left the meeting.
Now what we will be doing is we will be connecting this particular campaign to our website now. So we will be looking at a little bit of code also today, like how you can, so if you are equipped with the, let's say technical pieces, then you can do it. Otherwise, this is very simple, which your engineering team would be able to pick up very quickly. So for the integrations, you just need to head over to the API section. Uh, so this is the API which we have, which is a push call to campaign API. So we
Raised hand Ramsey El Casa raised hand. Close. View. Press CMD plus tilde to open popper. Raised hand Ramsey El Casa raised hand. Close. View. Press CMD plus tilde to open popper.
So we need to put our token. So this is your unique token, API token, which is created through your account. This is again your workspace ID, which we can copy from here. And then the campaign through which you want to trigger the calls. And the customer number is a unique variable here, and all the custom details. So in this particular case, we want to pass on the service, what the customer wants, the brand of the customer, right? So all of those details will be passing in the customer information, which is finally getting connected to your dynamic variables. So I have picked up this API. Now I'll be sharing my code screen. I hope you're able to see this. So this is the website code where after the form is submitted, we are capturing all the values, service and brand from the form. And we are creating the data points for the API, which is I've already pasted my token, workspace ID, campaign ID. So for campaign ID, you need to head over to the campaigns, and there is a small copy. You can see the campaign ID here. So I've already copied it from here and I pasted it here. Then your customer number is also coming from the form. And then we are passing the name, service, and the brand. So this we have already done. And now we will be doing the cool part, basically triggering the call from here. So I'll enter my details here. I'm entering my phone number now, and I have a problem with, I need a gas refill for my Samsung AC, and let me hit request callback. So you can see a message here where the voice assistant has successfully placed the call. So now this call initiation has gone to the platform, and we will be receiving a call any while now. So I have started receiving the call. I hope you can see my phone. So this is coming from the same number which we have configured, 9622. So I'll be interacting on this call now.
Hi, Anurag Jain. This is Pool Care AC Services. You recently requested gas refill service for your Samsung AC through our website. Is this a good time to talk for a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Great. Thanks for choosing Pool Care. Just to confirm, you'd like assistance with gas refill, and your AC brand is Samsung, correct?
That's right. So I'm out of gas, and I need this urgently.
And resolved at home or office?
Yeah, this is at my home.
Specialize in residential AC servicing. Well, assign a technician trained for home system. Is this the first time you're facing this issue, or is it recurring?
No, this is the first time.
Letting you know. Is there a preferred date or time for a technician visit?
Yeah, I can do it on 22nd of November at 2 p.m.
Best to align the visit with your schedule. An available slot on 22nd November at 2 p.m. is noted. Would you also like to consider our seasonal maintenance package while we're visiting? It helps avoid future breakdowns and improves cooling efficiency.
I'm booking with you for the first time, so I'm not sure. So let's see if your service is good, then I might consider, but not sure right now.
That's understandable and
All right, so I've disconnected the call now. So I hope you all were able to hear this, right? So we have successfully deployed the AI agent for Cool Care services in production. So that's a win. So we were all able to do this in 30 minutes, right? So I believe that everyone can do it this flawlessly, right? So the conversation was flawless. It doesn't have latencies, right? Which is all the engineering and the R&D we have done on a platform. Now let's move over and see all the analytics here. So earlier there were 4 calls. So we can see all the campaign.
Rohit Shahi has left the meeting. Rohit Shahi has joined the meeting.
We can see all the analytics here at the campaign level. So how many calls have been placed? So we have placed a total 5 calls. All of them were answered. There is no voicemail calls. So we classify the calls for you separately, and you can see the breakup, the overall performance. We automatically will give you a sentiment score. So there's a neutral score. There's no positive because this was a straightforward conversation. Then we have your what was your average call duration or response time. Then, interestingly, we are also giving you a performance at a campaign level. So summary, right? So since I was testing certain number of calls, right? So you can see there's a summary where the campaign targets Anurag Jain, a first-time user. So all the details for the entire campaign is visible here. And what are your top asked questions? So you would want to know what are the things people are asking in these calls, right? So you'll get it in one place here. And what are your top customer complaints? Uh, Now you can head over to each and every call. And as I said, right, you would want the entire analytics in one go, which is I would want personally, right? So I can go ahead and download all the calls. So you can see my screen, right? I've opened a spreadsheet which has been downloaded from the platform. So now you have the call recordings for all the 5 calls. You have the name of the customers, your service, your brand, your intent, your sentiment, your preferred time. So all after all the hard work, this is the end result where you are getting the entire outcome of your calls in one particular sheet. And obviously you can connect back these information back to your systems in real time, which is where our API integrations come into picture. But let's first go into the calls. This is the call we did just now. So we have the entire transcript in front of you. So we can see this is the entire transcript which you can go through, which is what we did. And we have the customer call summary. So this is exactly what I had told about that I want an appointment in 22nd November at 2 p.m. And it has all my details. I can hear the recording.
Hi, Anurag Bain.
I have the duration of the call, the health scores, and this is what I was talking about the end result, the post call analytics. So we have the I was not interested in buying the package, which is where it is coming right, neutral. The sentiment was neutral, and we have the correct date and time captured here. So now we have covered the entire leg where you're able to start with a problem statement. We wanted to connect for Cool Care services. So through this, you can imagine that every call is now being placed instantly. The customer satisfaction will skyrocket, and you are not there's no revenue leakage. So you have everything sorted in terms of how the entire qualification was done in real time. Lastly, we have integrations available for all the major